Hello! Welcome to the table. Bi-weekly tabletop role-playing stream with a focus on telling stories that resonate with the human experience, purpose, and the ultimate glory of God. I am Nate Garland, your humble historian for this evening, and I thank you for joining us for another chapter in our tale. Say hi, everyone!
Hi, everyone!
Hi, everyone!
Sarah, over to you.
Hello! I have some announcements.
Wait. Hey!
Oh, gosh.
Okay, well, it's close.
Okay, so, hi guys, I'm Sarah, and today, in fresh out of Falstaff, which is our announcements, we just wanted to make sure that you guys are following our socials. So follow us right here on Twitch. You can subscribe if you want to. And we also have Instagram and TikTok and pretty much any platform that you would want. We are there. So just search Welcome to the Table stream on Instagram and find us that way. Our next stream will be live on February 16th at 6:30 p.m., which is our usual streaming time. We're every other week, and we'll be here. So that's all I got. Back to you, Nate.
Yes, we'll have some more pressing announcements coming in the next few weeks, but
ones.
it's better just to announce those closer than not. So, all right. So,
Secrets.
are we ready? Yeah. Okay.
Wait, hold on. I want to...
What?
Wait. Oh, never mind. It didn't do it.
It's gone.
I was going to share my subscription thing, and then I was going to be like, we just got a 13-month... but it didn't go in the chat. It's fine.
It sucks. It sucks.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get us a drink.
Okay, that's right.
I will go under.
Thank you. Be careful.
Oh, I need to do mine too. Look at that.
It's good.
Right.
With the
All right.
light behind us. Oh.
Look at that. There's
What a
mine.
gremlin.
Forehead.
Okay.
Stay back.
So, before we begin, let's open up the records for review.
Go the other direction.
After the intense few hours that happened in Skult, Cricket, Yannick, and Oliver visit Annika Medvedev at the home of Cricket and Rock. Following a heart-to-heart with her youngest son, an apparent change in Annika causes her to talk and apologize to Rock. Though the relationship could hardly be described as repaired, Eta Squad returned to the Medvedev home for answers concerning the brothers' father, Unfim. Though reluctant to tell the full story, Annika explains that she knew Unfim was hiding from Falstaff, but she didn't know the specifics. I almost said Pacific. Eta Squad was shown plans of the prototype organ neural facilitation internal motor that was developed by the Medvedev patriarch. The device on paper looked much like the machine that was aiding Rock's heart.
Rock has a mechanical heart.
Someone had
Rock
worked-
has a heart.
Someone had worked on the project with Unfim, and there was a distinct other handwriting on the first prototype plans.
The devil.
With new information, Eta Squad plans their next step as they begin their travel back to Melkir.
Sorry.
Viola Isaacs was shaking. Yes, it was cold in this small office in Ravensguard, but it was not the temperature that made her shiver. This was it. She was about to meet the man that she believed dead for the vast majority of her life. The news that Oswin Isaacs IX, previous monarch of Adelia, was alive and well, for the most part, had been secretly delivered to her and her uncle in a coded letter from Declan Tellerman. She didn't believe the words she read at first. How could she? The ghost of the king hovered over Adelia for 30 years. A specter that discouraged any hope of a peaceful Parthas. Good job. Of a peaceful Parthas. Now, she was going to hear why and how her father came back from the grave. She steadies her hands that holds the teacup. Poppy encouraged her a splash of courage in the brew, but she wouldn't risk any of her senses being dulled in this moment. You only meet your father once. Of course, the military didn't know he was here. The network that protected his secret was able to bring him here without public knowledge. Her arrival was a surprise to the personnel at Ravensguard, along with her Petrogard in tow. In the past, the guard consisted of at least one general. Hers would be the first to include a former regent. Lawrence and Valensky, the younger, were stationed outside this room with strict orders that Oswin, and only Oswin, was allowed inside. It would be the first time that Henry would meet his uncle as well. Petrio, Henry's father, and the king's brother-in-law, was the only father figure Viola had known. She knew, beyond family obligations, that Petrio cared for her because of his friendship with her father. Tudevo was the word in Ivonian, a word without a proper translation in Adelian. The concept was that of a brother, but one that would not hesitate to give one's life for any reason. Similar to the ancient Istalanian king and the son of the king's predecessor in the scriptures. Similar to what Yenua called all of his followers to do. In one sense, though Petrio was the one who survived the attack on Ravensguard 30 years prior, the field marshal laid down his life in service to his brother by caring for his daughter. These brought tears to her eyes as she waited alone in the small office. Then the door opened. I'm sorry, Father. Declan? My apologies, Your Majesty. He's coming. I just wanted to say... His words were cut off as she ran across the room to embrace the young bookstore owner. I didn't expect to see you today as well, she said, her tears staining his lapel. Are you all right, Your High... Viola? He asked, unsure if he should return the embrace. Take as usual, Teller? Poppy interjects from beside the door. Well, Declan stutters. Henry visibly tenses, and everyone else then notices the footsteps approaching from around the corner. Swift, sure, kingly. The steps slow and become timid as they round the corner. Hello? Osmond says, without a hint of confidence. The usual intensity of his eyes looks dulled, anxious. There's a long pause as everyone stares at each other. Gee, Queenie, didn't tell me your dad's a looker, Poppy says to break the silence.
Well.
Viola is grateful. Yes, hello. Please, come in and sit down, the Queen says nervously as she lets go of Declan. She trips over her own feet and catches herself as she moves back towards her chair. As Osmond enters, the younger Adelians around him transfixed on the dead king. The Queen sits, stands, sits again, stands again, and gestures to the other chair in the room. Please, have a seat, Your Majesty. Father? The former king slowly walks to the chair as he watches his daughter with silent amazement. Behind his back, and in unison, her three friends give sheepish thumbs up before quietly closing the door behind him. As Oswin sits, two sets of the same blue eyes scrutinize each other. The king goes silent, at a loss for words. The Queen holds out a timid hand. Queen Viola Isaacs, Sovereign of Adelia, Defender of the Free Peoples of the West. It's nice to meet you, Dad. Osmond takes her hand with a gentle but firm grip. Osmond Isaacs. You fool of a father. It will smile. Viola, I don't need to apologize. Just an explanation. You are your mother's daughter. All right. The former king clears his throat. It all started the day I died. Thanks for joining us for episode 9 of Inevitability.
Of George Town,
Is he the author?
the author of the history book.
April 24th, April 24th, 617 AC. Following the conversation with Annika Medvedev, all of Eta Squad regroups at the Medvedev home, getting just enough sleep for travel back towards Melchior. Annika prepares food for the road as best she can. It was, after all, a bad week.
I didn't say my birthday, but it was.
The citizens of Skald are either sleeping in their beds or on the pockmarked wood of the alehouse bar. The absence of Falstaff presence is concerning, considering what had happened. Why would the military not help with securing their resource? You guys are all up, preparing to leave. Annika calls both of you kind of outside, away from everybody. The boys.
Yeah.
I tried best to prepare some food for the road. Do you need anything else?
A new dad.
Maybe like underwear? The ones that they gave us kind
Oh,
of stink.
socks.
Already packed.
Socks, yeah.
Um,
Just trying to keep things light here.
they may all have holes in them.
It's fine.
I haven't had much time to do much. I couldn't. I was working in the mine. I'm sorry.
I know the feeling. No, yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
She goes in and she gives you a hug. Gives you a little kiss on the cheek. She hugs you.
Thanks, Mom.
She notices some of the dirt that's like smeared across your face.
Oh, come on. Not in front of Rock.
She it's one of those things where her arms go up. She's very unsure at this moment.
Just be safe.
She at least touches your arm, like just a little bit.
I return the touch.
Roll to return the touch.
Critical fail. I just need some time.
Okay.
He just had his first major fight with his girlfriend.
are you talking about?
I don't know. Didn't I can't remember. I thought so.
I think so.
Never mind.
It's more the fight that we had.
Scratch that from the record.
Oh, okay. Got it. It's off the. It's not even in the history books. It's not there. Don't worry about it.
That never happened.
We rewrote it.
Thanks, George.
Yeah. I don't know when we'll see you again. So.
I hope you make it home. At some point.
That's not the goal. I don't want to end up here. I want to end up somewhere else. And that's okay. You ended up somewhere else from where you grew up, right?
You're right. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. We'll be in touch.
Be in touch.
I walk away.
As you're all getting prepped for your trip, it's early morning hours, by the way. The veil swap has not happened, so it's kind of starting, but very dark outside. Yannick, you were sleeping close to Oliver, who you noticed throughout the night was kind of tossing and turning, and even in this, like, as you woke up and noticed, he hasn't gotten up, and you can tell, like, even from, like, he has, like, part of the blankets pulled down, like, there's just, like, sweat on his forehead, and he looks a little pale in his sleep.
I'll check on him. Oliver. You all right? You look a little
He,
bad.
like, his eyes just flutter just a little bit.
You gonna be all right? Is this because you gathered?
It's a lot worse. It's a lot worse.
What happened?
I don't know.
Can you walk? Should I get Morvid?
Let's see if we can you help me?
Of
Maybe
course.
First.
Just tell me what to do.
Kind of holds out his arm a little bit. Help me up here. So as you kind of lift him, his first of all, you feel the weight because he's not supporting himself whatsoever. And he's standing up and he's like, you're holding on to him, but it's that thing where you're like, if you let go, you know that he's not gonna stand on his own. I don't know, man. I'm not feeling too great.
What happened? Did you eat something? Did you... Talk to me. What are you feeling like? Assess your symptoms. Let's find a diagnosis
Right.
and figure out treatment.
Right. Fever. Fatigue.
Okay.
Dizziness.
How many fingers? And I just slightly change them back and forth. a
His
little bit.
eyes kind of glaze a little bit as you do that. He closes his eyes and turns his head away. That's not helpful. That's not helpful at all.
Okay. Is there any water nearby?
Yeah. On one of the nightstands. All right, I guess you guys are probably just kind of, like, everybody's kind of tucked away in corners. There's not a lot of rooms in the Modvedev's home.
Okay.
We'll say you guys are in a hallway. How's that?
Okay.
And the kitchen would be close by,
Okay.
as far as you know.
Yeah, I'll go into the kitchen quick and just get like a clean cloth, and just get it wet, and take it to him, and just kind of I won't freeze it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll make it nice and cold. And just kind of put it on the back of his neck. Breathe.
All right. You mind just... He, like, looks at the wall. I might just sit here for a bit.
Does he feel cold to the touch
Hey, there's a
or hot?
pretty hot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to try something.
Okay.
Do it.
I want to try and gather the heat
I thought he was going to do an IV.
and to help kind of cool him down.
Give me an instinct. Test of instinct.
Gatherers are
Isn't that one of your
healers,
new
too.
specializations?
I mean, that's setting things on fire.
No. Oh. I thought you
Cool
took
body.
one. I thought you took the one that's like pull it from somebody else.
Yeah.
Wait.
But
It's not setting things on fire.
no, the other thing is, yeah, I can
Fallout reference.
controlled burn.
Oh, that's not the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, that'll open.
I think you should try.
Well, you know, that's gonna be checking my instinct score and adding it to what I rolled. That's gonna be a 10.
Okay. You are...
Just trying to like
Yep.
help regulate his
Sure.
body temperature with the
I will
cold
say...
compress.
I will say...
and-
So you're not a trained physician.
No, but I
Uh,
am a trained gatherer.
So what I will say is, I will let you
He pulls
give me
too much heat.
give me a logic check with upper hand.
Okay.
He crushes his body.
At what temperature
I kill him. No.
the body is shut down? Like 90?
Where did I
Voice
just...
I
cracks.
think it's if you internet, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's if you lose four or more degrees at once. If you change 4 or more degrees within like
So if you're
10
92.
minutes, it's a problem.
92 degrees.
I'm just trying to, bring him
No,
down
from like the change.
a degree at a
Right, so
time.
if he's a 96, wasn't it
If he's at, like-
96.4?
If he's at 103
He's
and I bring him down
Oh,
to
yeah.
99
Yeah.
in like
He'll
that,
die.
it's
He'll die.
not good.
You've
Yeah.
killed him.
So I'm just gently.
Yeah.
I'm not all at once.
There's only one way to find
You
out.
said logic?
Yes, an upper
Oh,
hand.
Okay. Okay, thank goodness. Because that was a bad roll. That was a good roll. So -1
Drink
for a
this will
9.
Okay.
That will put you away.
You think back to the things that you've
We had
heard.
basic first aid
Right,
in basic training, right?
And Morbid's gone over stuff with you guys.
I know that, don't cool them off too fast.
Remember,
That would have never
your
been
dad
brought up.
to pull someone off. Make sure it's gradually, degree by degree.
He says,
I'm just gonna, and I kind of walk him through what I'm gonna try and do too, so that
Yep.
he can
Yep.
give me feedback and let me know if
Yep.
anything I'm doing is unsavory.
all right, yeah, nope, that's, thanks. Head's not pounding so much anymore.
And also, while doing this, trying to incorporate some things that I've read in books about Eastern medicine from home, like Islam, and just re-centering his energy as a gatherer himself.
You can hear Rock roll his eyes from outside.
Just to, since he shouldn't get as exhausted after blowing a puff of wind,
Yeah.
I want to help
Yep.
mellow him out.
He was kind of like shivering when you had brought him up, and he's sitting against the wall, and you just see his
Massaging
like
shoulders
his
as I do this.
the shivering kind of stops, and then you hear just the sound of like just that light breath that he's fallen back asleep, but is sitting up and just sleeping against the wall.
I just kind of make sure he doesn't fall out of the chair. Morbid. You should check out.
Stage whisper.
You should check out Oliver.
What's wrong with him?
I don't really know.
I will pretty much do everything except gathering. I just did.
He's got a fever.
This is when Morbid finds that she
Well,
has
I just
gathered
kind of
worms.
cooled him off a little bit.
I'd be so
You know you have to be careful with that, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember your training. 1 degree at a time, not no more than 4.
Of course.
You hear me from outside. 1 degree. Remember?
He said he was dizzy. He was feeling
Is it
faint.
Do you
His
think
eyes
it's-
kind of glazed over.
from his gathering?
I don't. He's never done that before. Made it sound like it was something else. But he needed to sit down. I got him to fall back asleep.
Did you notice any? Does he have any wounds on him?
Give me a test of logic. Sure.
Hey.
That's a good test.
14.
Double 6.
No wounds
No wounds.
whatsoever. And as the resident physician, you know exactly what to look for.
Right.
There is... You stumped.
I think it's more psychological. I tried to rebalance his energy, but it's not always easy.
I rolled a rather.
Okay. Thank you. I keep an eye on him.
He might need help getting to the truck.
Guess we gotta leave him here.
Oh, right, we're leaving. Oh, was I asleep?
Wakey, wakey!
You were the only one asleep.
Yeah,
Petra was sitting next to you, just kind of like
Whittling nervously.
a little wooden piece because she
Right.
gets up early. So.
I'll go get Rock.
Oh, I'm here. It's a small house.
I
I was rolling my eyes in the
I
corner.
jumped because I was
staring
sleeping and
at
didn't know you were
cardboard
right
house.
behind me.
Paper.
Can you help him?
Sure, but like, what's the plan here?
Just
We get back to
getting to
we get back to
truck.
prison, and then he said he gets sent off to the infirmary.
we just need time to see how he does.
Yeah. He's stable, whatever's going on.
My expert medical opinion is he's too far gone.
Thank goodness you are not the medic.
We gotta put a
That's
pin in
one
him.
for Nate.
Yes, I will carry him to the truck. I grab him like a sack of potatoes. Just
Fireman carry.
Please
Yep.
be careful with him.
He didn't even groan.
He's not well.
Is he conscious?
When you pick him up, his head just like lolls to the side.
I put him to sleep.
See, he's comfortable.
You could do
with
that?
you.
Apparently.
He
Good.
trusts you.
First time I
Hello,
tried.
everybody. How's it going?
Good.
Oh. What's wrong?
He's feverish.
That's not good.
Don't worry. We lowered it 1 degree at a time.
Very careful.
I turn around in the hallway and miss the wall with his head by this much. I said I miss.
Careful.
All right, let's go. Let's
do
get
we-
out of here.
We might need gas.
There's no gas station.
It took a while to get here.
There's no cars in Scald. We'll find some fuel
Okay.
around. If not, you can make some, right?
No, that's not how it
Figure
works.
it out.
Could take the fuel from the other truck that.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll figure it
good.
out.
Right.
I can siphon it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
see?
sure. It's
I
liquid.
told you you'd figure it out.
We could walk to the train.
I take Oliver out to the back.
Annika steps. She's like, you are a gatherer, correct?
Yes.
I'm fairly certain that most people can just siphon gas, and you probably don't need to use anything to do that.
I don't want to do it the normal way. That's disgusting.
Okay.
I don't want to drink gas accidentally.
We're all just staring at her. Okay.
All right. Well,
I throw him in the back of the truck.
Gently.
And I'm just like, watch your head.
He's asleep.
He's fine.
Mrs. Montadev, I made this for you, and it's a little figurine that depicts a woman about her height and what I imagined Cricket and Rock's father's height to be, with like a little briefcase between them. It's for you.
she holds out her hand timidly, like looking at you. She takes it, and Like you feel just like how coarse her hand is as it kind of brushes yours. She takes it and stares at this thing, holds it out, up.
Good for firewood.
This.
Oh, shoot.
This is lovely.
I make them. Thanks for being a good hostess.
Thank you, dear. She walks over to a very pockmarked mantle above a soot-stained fireplace. She just sets it in the center, kind of stares at it. It looks good there.
I think so too. Even when people are gone, we're never really alone.
Right, thank you.
And on that point, don't trust anyone. You already know this. You barely trusted us. If anyone comes knocking, asking questions, get out of there.
I go upstairs to change into Dad's school clothes.
Oh. Do you do that?
Yeah.
You're gonna go back to prison and not your prison clothes?
With the briefcase. It's like, Mom, can I take this with me?
She, as like she catches you looking at, and she's like she has to turn away, and she's silent for probably 20-30 seconds before she turns back. Yes, they fit you well.
Yeah, I like them. They're pretty comfortable. I think I'm stylish.
You look pretty dapper.
I feel like I'm gonna go play tennis or something.
You probably shouldn't wear that back to the prison.
Why not?
If Odin hasn't figured out who you are yet, that's going to be the dead giveaway.
Well, with my name, I
Remember,
think
he changed it. You were named after the machine itself.
Yes.
And he named himself.
Speaking of which, I would like to be called Organ Neural Facilitator Internal Motor Model version number 1 from now on.
Can you
But
write
you're
that
version
down?
number 2.
Version number 2 from now on.
Hear a
Can you
rock
write
yell
that
from
down?
outside.
Yes.
Last bus to Melkir is leaving.
We should go.
Bye, Mrs. Modvidev.
Okay. Do I really need to
Be
change?
safe.
Yes.
Okay. I'll be out in a second. I need to change. Thanks, Mom.
So cute.
Put it in my briefcase.
Mhm.
Papers.
Mhm.
I'm ready. Here I come. I'm here.
You're driving.
Do you
I'm
want to
driving.
drive or should I?
Yes, you drive.
But I'm just a school student. I can't drive.
Where are you gonna put that?
He's not driving
We're going
age.
to jail.
Okay. I forgot. We're prisoners,
Oh, dang
not
it.
scholars.
You're gonna be called
You're gonna
by
put that
other
in your
girl's
prison
name.
suitcase?
Maybe. I don't know. I just thought it was cool. I want to be like Dad.
It is cool.
Thanks, Yannick.
And it might come in handy someday.
For when I need to brief people on things.
Yeah, exactly.
See? You're the one that's wrong.
Okay.
All right, hop in. Let's go.
Oh, character development.
He said okay.
I didn't know what he was referring to. I sit in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Yannick will also sit in the back and just help keep an eye on Oliver for the ride. Make sure he's okay.
Sit with Oliver as well.
As soon as we get
I guess I'm in
going.
the front seat.
Keeping his.
Cute. As soon as we get going, I look at Morbid and I'm like, how will we go visit your mom next?
We can visit my parents.
I was being sarcastic because that was the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my life.
Well, my parents would probably love to meet you all. So
And what would be the point?
Great.
I don't understand.
That was a joke. Huh.
Man, aren't we having fun?
Therapy.
Back to prison. Let's all sing a song together.
Do I have to be called by the other girl's name?
Yes.
Once we get there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how different things will be when we get back.
Jack Dick.
There were multiple coups at the prison.
And we were
Right, who am I again?
helping
Dominic.
some of them.
Yes, but as not in
Us.
the capacity as us, we were
Yes.
right.
So we might not be prisoners when we go back.
We might not be.
I like that idea.
But the job remains unfinished.
Right.
Right, so what's the plan?
The plan is.
The
and I'll
plan.
repeat the plan from the last episode.
We
Right.
fake
I
kill
cover
the
Oliver's
missionary man.
ears.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
we can't
passed
say
out.
it. We can't say it.
He's passed out.
Oh, we still can't say it.
Oh,
We
right,
might be
that
able to
plan.
hear when
The
he's
plan.
unconscious.
The plan.
Don't even talk about the plan.
What's the plan named?
Plan 1.
Plan 1. The plan.
All right.
Oh, and are we stopping for the files at the train station?
Yeah.
The ones that you buried, and definitely remember where you buried them, and
Right.
you're not going to check
It's right next.
15 different locations in the dirt.
It'll be right next to the explosion.
Oh.
Not confusing at all.
At the tree line.
Yes, at
Remember
the
you
tree
telling
line.
me that?
Did you bury it before or after the explosion?
Right before,
I'll allow it.
I think.
Okay.
Thank you, gracious sister.
That's 4!
So benevolent.
Allow what? What happened? I missed it.
I think we're talking to someone named George.
Repeat it for him, because that way he'll understand.
At the tree line.
Yeah.
Or 10 yards into the tree line.
Yeah.
That's what you told me.
Yeah, I knew that.
And I said, I'll allow it.
Oh, like.
That conversation didn't happen.
Oh. I thought.
Not live.
Not on
Not
camera.
live. Yeah, not on camera.
Remember when you told me?
Taking Wes's chin under
Yes,
the
yes,
table.
yes. When I told you.
Definitely told you
That's
that.
5.
Yeah, let's
Cricket
go.
talks a lot.
I do talk a lot. But, like I said, it's organ neural facilitator internal motor model number version
Oh.
2.
You can't tell anybody that ever.
Why not? It's my name.
I'm not going to remember your name.
You can't
Cricket.
tell anybody that ever.
You can just call me Org
It's
for
a
short.
secret.
Org.
We don't
Org.
even want him.
Org.
Okay, fine. I'll remain.
Remember?
I'll remain Cricket for now.
If all of this gets back to you know who, then you're going you know where.
Voldemort?
I'm trying to not say it out loud because the kid.
The guy.
Man, we were gonna have a queen, but you're just gonna remain Cricket and go into the what's the line? Never mind, it's fine.
Are we there yet? I say as I'm driving.
You're driving.
So you guys are headed to the train station.
As,
Yeah.
Or the
as
wreck
we're-
of a train
Yes,
station.
as we're driving.
As
Does
I
his
told-
fever come back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. The shivering begins. He mutters things as he's laying there too. It's intelligible. You're not sure what he's saying, but it's quickly like you can tell the fever is like spiking.
Should we be worried about that?
Yes.
Do we have any supplies to help?
It's not anything that. You're right. I think it's mental. It's not anything I can do.
Mental.
Do you want to try to?
What's wrong? with
That
him?
could have been the thing that set him off in the first place if I did it wrong.
I thought we had a great chat last
Did
night.
what
and-
wrong?
What?
I'm so lost.
What?
What?
I
What?
thought we had a good talk last night when we were on our walk. I thought.
Oh, he was.
You did this to him?
I don't think so.
What did you tell him that made
Was he?
him
Did
so
he seem
sick?
fine last night?
I mean, he seemed conflicted as he's been for the last few days.
But health-wise, he was fine.
Yeah. I mean, it was cold, but... And we were walking in, like, endless circles, and I am very, very sore, but it's okay.
If it
Very
comes,
hilly here.
if it comes down
I
to
know
it,
this.
maybe I'll try again. But if it's, don't. If that was the reason that this happened, then I don't want to.
Don't want to what?
I can't make it worse.
Hypnotize him again. If I did the wrong thing and caused this. Yeah.
I hope that's not it. Hopefully it is just psychological.
You see what I mean?
But that's Oh!
Right.
I get it now.
Right.
Yeah, sorry, Morbid.
Can you unhypnotize him?
That's what I want to do back in Decravos.
Well, if he dies before then, you won't have a chance.
Unfortunately, I don't have any clue how I would do that.
What did you do to hypnotize him?
Tapped the pen, like Olin does.
Maybe if you
No! Please.
went like this. And like untap.
Oh.
Lift the tap off the table. Maybe. Keep
No
driving.
sound. No
2 hands on the wheel.
Eyes on the road, cricket, eyes on the road.
No, the other car that goes by.
Oh, wait, why not just try it? If anything, you might just damage whatever the mind control thing is. Like, you might disrupt.
Unless
The
this
group.
becomes deadly, I'm not going to do it again.
You could just hypnotize him and then be like, "You're not sick."
He's got a point.
I don't know how this
Again,
works.
this whole thing is far more complicated than I could probably deal with right now. I don't know what Olin did to him. I wanted to find out, and I want to stop it. But if I keep trying things, I could make it worse.
I'll help you try and keep his fever down.
Thank you.
I heard skin to skin helps. You should take your clothes off and take his clothes off.
Why?
Because it'll regulate his body temperature to yours. You'll meet in the middle.
That does, when you're out in the snow and
Yeah, I think we're good.
threatening hypothermia.
Hey!
I don't
No. I read
don't
it brings the fever
I
down.
think he
too.
has hypothermia.
No. I read it brings the fever down because your body's cooler, so it
well.
absorbs some.
In general,
Hey,
fresh air is
No.
always a good idea,
I get it.
but-
You're not. You like him. You don't like him that much.
Cricket, did you just pass the road to the train station?
What? Sorry, I was thinking about untapping a pen. I can turn around. Yeah, how to drive. I drive 12 and
The
12.
cars in this world are actually like
It's a keyboard.
It's a stick,
cold,
a bar.
Yeah.
It's not a wheel.
Who's playing? That's you.
Me and Wes keep meeting in the middle.
That
but
was
now
me.
You're in between.
That was me. You guys
preventing
were
us.
all on me. After a few hours, you guys
I drive very slow.
It took us a couple hours to get there.
Yeah.
you make it back to
Snowy roads.
you make it back to the remains of a freshly built but now destroyed train station. The train is still there, like the wreckage is still around. It's only been less than 24 hours. And there are a kind of distinct lack of soldiers or anybody here.
Looks like they might have closed this area off.
Well,
That's perfect. Get your stuff.
okay. Wait here, I guess.
Give us a shout.
Go!
Okay.
something-
Okay.
Goes wrong.
Faster!
Okay, I'm going.
He's still just slowly.
So, Somewhere in this area? I'm just joking. Yeah, I'll go get it.
You said you'd put a stick over it or something?
The tree line.
Yeah. Okay, this is
I'll allow
before an explosion. An explosion has happened since he buried it.
There's sticks all over.
Sticks everywhere.
I didn't remember exactly where I put it. Logic test.
He's gonna give himself a logic test. Hey, that works for me, man.
Hey,
Yeah, I do.
that's really
Okay.
good.
I go right to the spot.
Yep. For those that I know that we got some new chatters tonight as we were
yes.
playing Ordnance, which is our custom game. It's 2d6 system. 6 or below is a fail. 7 above is a success. And
Failure.
there's a bunch of stats and things. Thank you so much for that. That was great. Beautiful. Now you're up to speed and you don't need anything else.
2d6.
You've got it all.
2d6
That was
plus
it.
modifiers.
Yeah.
You can figure it out.
Yeah.
I would
So,
We also have various abilities and weapons and all that, which we'll cover at a later date.
Yep.
Can't see it.
So you go to the spot that you distinctly remember, and the dirt there is still fresh. You can tell where you were dug. And so you take some time to, and you don't have anything to dig with, I would assume, at this point. So
Yeah.
those hands, like all the dirt under the fingernails and all of that,
Yeah.
kind of just clawing dirt out of this hole to get down. And then you see the corner of the manila folder that Joe had given you.
Got it. I got it. I got it.
There's no one here.
that we can see.
Well, yeah.
Can I see it?
It's in Edavarian.
How do you know? I'm holding it.
Speakadelian.
Yeah, I mean.
I take it and I open it up.
So, the contents inside. First of all, Joe had said to you that this was not an official file. This was all his memory because everything was taken from him when he was captured. There is a drawing that he did, which it's a very good drawing of what appears to be the up from his, you would assume from his memory, what the outside of Vavilon had looked like. So you see, like he drew the kind of the location. There are coordinates that are above this picture as well, and he drew a partial map with the coordinates on it. It is on the eastern edge of Falstaff, basically on the same latitude that you guys are on. Nope, slightly south from where you're at. But on the eastern edge of Falstaff is where the coordinates point. There is, inside of this, his notes on a field test that he had discovered. He was trying to find, as you remember, him telling you, there was suspicions, international suspicions, that Falstaff was that they were doing some tests, that they needed some excuse to essentially investigate Falstaff. They needed evidence of something, and there was some intel that the Edavarians got of some experiments and things that would have gone against any code, any ethics, and it was so you saw. He writes a date, and a quick, and the date that he writes is July 13th, 613 AC. And there was a description of a large test in Ilonia. Some sort of chemical compound on Adelian soldiers. And they were measuring what happened.
What was the date again?
July 13th, 613 AC.
So what is it?
I mean, it's all in Joe's chicken scratch, but it looks like he was.
Stop! Wait! Stop! Wait,
He was
hold up.
talking to us.
Nope,
I was
nope.
so scared.
I
Collusion!
nope. It was a typo on the date. I want to make sure you guys get the right date, so I apologize.
Not July 13th,
July
613.
July 23rd,
613.
613 AC.
Guys, that will matter. Because he made a point to wrap around.
We already know why it matters.
We do?
Yes, we do. I remember now.
What's the significance of July 23rd?
So,
It was 5 years ago.
613.
It's 5 years ago.
What?
What happened 5 years ago?
the
You? I'm
Yes and no.
lost.
Secrets.
Okay.
it
Oh,
is.
no fun.
He doesn't know. He doesn't. There's not written any notes of exactly what the stuff was because he couldn't. He's just writing whatever he remembers. But it was. This would have been the proof for essentially a war crime. For them to be able to show the rest of their allies to make a move against Falstaff. There are two names that are attached to this project that he has written. One of those names is Dr. Victor Oven. And the other one is one, Cricket, I don't think you would know. Ryland Tchaikovsky. That is this Polish spelling of the name, so that is Czajkowski.
It's talking about war crimes. I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. This is allegedly. We're going to preface this with allegedly. Right?
I mean, it's Joe's recollection, so it's
Right.
not real
Allegedly.
evidence.
It's allegedly. Ryland Tchaikovsky?
Tchaikovsky.
Tchaikovsky?
Wojciechowski.
Do we know this name? Obviously, it's attached to Olin, and it's attached to this.
Have I ever heard that name before?
Yannick,
As an
Morbid,
Ilorian?
please give me a logic test. Test
Do
of
it.
logic, please.
Come on.
Ooh,
8.
a 9.
Ryland was one of the Petrogard, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The OG?
Mm-hmm.
Or the right now?
The OG.
Like 30 years ago.
It's all on a side switcher.
Wait. So they're saying that.
Yeah, I've seen that name before
worked together?
on a picture that my dad had.
Your dad was a Petrogard?
I mean, he knew some of them.
Well, now I'm confused because this looked damning
Did these
to
files say what the chemical compound
Falstaff. But
Sorry, I'll let him.
do you
finish
know
this
it?
question.
I don't know why a Petrogard would be working with Olin.
A Petrogard that's been dead for 30 years.
No, this was 5 years ago.
Right, but he's been...
Ryland
Actually
was the
dead or
only
fake
Petrogard
dead?
that did not survive
What's a Petrogard?
the
It's
fall
like
of Ravensguard.
it's like the
Supposedly.
King's Guard from Game of Thrones.
Oh, I was asking in character, but
That's what I said.
oh.
From the stage play.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Game of Thrones. The ending wasn't that great.
I just go to the first 7
It's
plays. I
underwhelming.
don't go to the 8th installment.
Throne of Games, maybe.
Throne of Games.
Okay, so
So,
what? He faked his death and went
Well, I mean, the king faked his death.
full Falstaff.
I forgot that title that Joe had said to you is also written. Project Ambrosia.
I knew it
Right.
was Ambrosia.
Ambrosia. And it just says they were working on a compound. It doesn't say like what it did.
He probably wouldn't have that information. He's just a guy.
He doesn't really have any details written of that.
No symptoms.
He ain't no doctor.
Right.
Just that there was human testing.
Yep.
And the test
On
took
a
place in
Dalian
Ilona.
You know.
Yeah.
I
And
mean, I feel like if they knew it was an attack, we would have heard about it. So they probably released it secretly,
or it was just a controlled thing,
but it was on a Dalian soldier.
right?
They would have pumped that up.
And if they were looking at the long-term effects of it, they would have kept their eyes on those men.
Or women.
Well, yeah.
Do the notes mention how big this sample size was?
This
Does
big.
not.
Joe, I'm gonna
As far
need
as like
more
how many
info.
Is
many
Joe
people
alive?
were tested
Where's
on?
Joe?
He left
He
with
left
that other group, but then he got caught with us. He got caught up with us. So he
Yeah,
must
he
have
booked
ran
it,
off.
but he left like that night.
He's looking for his girlfriend.
He's a pilot.
And you trust him? Like this literally could be made. I mean, right? Like the fact that this guy's name is in here and he's been dead for 30 years. He literally could have just made this all up and remembered that name from a book he read.
Was just trying to remember back to when we met with Oz. Were there like people that were with him that had been with him since the 30 years ago that we
so-
would have interacted with or met?
Allison. Fredericks.
But like she wasn't gone for 30 years, was she? Or she was too? Okay,
They were all thought dead.
right. So
And all of them were in hiding.
Allison would probably know something.
I asked her about Ryland, and she said that, as far as she knew, he was dead.
That's what she
Is
said.
everyone faking their deaths then?
Why wouldn't people just say
convenient.
as far as they know people are alive? You know, like that's just assuming the worst. That's a glass half empty
A lot of
kind
people
of
died.
person.
That,
A lot of people live.
I mean, the war ravaged the country.
That's true.
You're probably better off assuming that they're dead.
Look, I'm just saying, like, I could look at my life as a person that explosions just happen around instead of the causer of the explosions.
You could
And
look
that
at it
makes
like
me
that.
a happier person, you know?
You could do that.
We'll unpack that
Um,
one day.
Thinking back to images I would have seen of Ryland, young Ryland.
Yep.
In my 2 years working with Olin, have I ever seen anyone that fits that description?
Like in files or
No,
of
in person.
being there? No.
Yeah, how long did you work with Olin?
2 years.
So this was before then. He gets around.
But again, testing long-term effects.
Maybe the guy at Melchior is one of those people. The one that they have to keep
The
alive.
one that doesn't talk.
He was a Delian, wasn't he? Or was he Adavarian? I can't remember.
Italian.
So maybe. I mean, he'd been there a long time.
It's very possible.
I mean, if this is true, we're looking at a conspiracy that goes beyond Falstad now. Like, this is multi-government.
Right. So was what the king did with the tax.
I guess, but that was more of just like a deal that they cut. This is them working
A
together.
secret deal that they cut.
Secret deals happen.
You know? Weird, shady tests apparently happen too.
Yeah, but all that stuff about Owen and the 2 false stats, and it just kind of seems like that.
If you're making a chemical weapon, why not just aim to kill? Why look for the long-term effects of it?
Maybe so that they can have leverage, or maybe they can engineered cure that will keep those people dependent on them.
And the chemical might not be specifically to kill or harm them physically,
Could be to enhance them.
or could be to
Maybe.
make them more susceptible to mind control.
Or unlocking gathering genes. There's coordinates on that paper, right?
Yeah, it's to somewhere way, way east. Like, farther east than probably any of us have been. Middle of nowhere.
Makes
Is
sense.
Because we hang out on the west side,
you said
Yeah.
Vavilon? Is that like a city, or is that like the name of the base?
Seems like it's from what the notes would indicate, it's whatever this place was called.
Okay.
Why would they have when what why would they have had Adelian soldiers that far east?
That's what I'm saying. This is... No, it was in...
The test
The
was
test
in
was in
Ilona.
Ilona.
Okay.
But
right,
Vavilon
right,
is in
right.
the Vavilon and
Yes.
the coordinates are in the east.
Two separate
Right?
places.
Yeah.
What were Adelian soldiers doing in Iona 5 years ago, though?
It's people come and go. It's
Remember,
like
there's
no man's land, so to speak.
Bartolon and Zolt, so,
Yeah.
you know, right?
What if we could figure out what assignments were?
5 years ago was like the end of the Civil War, right?
So were they trying
Of-
to restore peace?
Excuse me?
Of Bartolon and
No, Bartolon and Zolt Civil War was prior to the 30-year war.
I mean, there's a lot of troop movement in both countries. We were the troop movement.
Right.
It's not that hard.
Well, how did they get the soldiers to participate?
They didn't know.
probably not with their.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't think the
I mean,
gas
you
was
don't,
meant
you don't
to
even
hurt
know
or kill
what
them.
the substance was.
We don't
The
even know
notes
it was
just say
gas.
a chemical compound. That
Right.
could be anything. Water is a chemical compound.
Well,
I
it's
think
called
it's
Project
not
Ambrosia,
a physical
so-
attack on their
Ambrosia
mind.
sounds like a good thing.
Well, ambrosia sounds like a drink.
Yeah.
Ambrosia means immortality.
Okay.
It's also a great salad.
Wow.
Sorry, I took your thunder.
No, it's okay. I forgot what it meant out of game. So
In Greek with a Y.
Greeky?
you did it.
Greik in Greik.
Anyway, something.
No, it's just G-R-Y-K.
Great.
Like Egypt with a Y.
Yeah.
And it's
No, why?
ate it, not drink it. I was wrong.
G-R-Y-Y-K.
Yeah.
I knew it was a thing that they, from the stories, that it was something.
The
I thought it was
nectar
a
of
drink.
the
Yeah.
It's
This-
not. It was a
Angels.
food.
And
just
this could all
remembered.
be, I mean, it's lining up,
Jello
but,
shot.
but it could also all just be nothing.
So what do we do with this information then?
Maybe we
Keep
to
it secret.
ourselves for
I think
now.
we shred
Keep it
it.
safe.
We all know what it says. Everybody lock it up in your brain. But showing this to somebody's not. We can rewrite it if we want. I think getting caught with it would be terrible.
Just ask Golem about it.
Could bury it again.
Could bury it again.
Yeah,
And we
burn
could
it.
ask Olin about Project Ambrosia and say that we met somebody in prison that said something about it.
Which is not a lie. So,
I have no problem lying.
well, yeah, we know, Rock. We know.
But I like where your head's at. It's easier to keep our story straight if it's somewhat truthful.
It won't last the weather in just this folder. If we bury it again.
I can memorize it.
I think we've got it down, right?
It isn't much information.
Not really.
It's not like we'd be losing any official documents.
Can I memorize
anyway.
it,
No.
including the exact coordinates, historian?
Yeah, this is, let's try this. First give me a test of persistence.
Okay.
Persistence is
I'm
one of our
good.
6 abilities.
5.
Okay? Give me a test of logic at, blanking on my own terms.
Impairment?
Thank you.
Does that mean I roll twice?
Take
Yes.
the low.
Oh,
Okay. So
I
8.
will also attempt to memorize persistence.
Persistence
Nice.
first.
7. Still a 7.
You got it.
Yeah.
12s plus 3, so 15.
For persistence?
Yes.
So just a regular roll
Of
on-
logic.
Of logic.
Nope. I'm very persistent, but I got a 3 on logic.
Good.
Yeah, I give up.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. 2 of you have it memorized.
I'm really bad with numbers. I'm sorry, guys.
Seems like
Alright.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Great.
sounds
I'll
like
check
you
on all of
might
them.
have taken Dad's ideas and went a different direction with it.
I don't see. how
Dad
this
used
has anything
machines
to
to like make organs work again. It sounds like he's taking a chemical/mental take on this. He's trying to stretch people's bodies in ways that they were never supposed to be stretched before.
do. Yeah, I mean maybe baseline.
I'm just hoping that Dad didn't work with him like this.
I think that's probably why he left.
Probably killed
And
Dad
if he
because
did,
he's a
he-
genius.
He left
Dad was probably smarter.
as a way to get out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we destroy it.
I could blow
I mean,
it up.
it's useless. Yeah, it's. I give it. I throw it. To you.
I don't know.
It's useless to show anybody as proof.
I agree.
Oh wait!
Joe comes running out of the woods.
I had a secret message embedded.
Count that.
Do I see anything as on the paper as it starts to catch on fire?
Oh yeah, there was so much more.
A map.
I'm kidding. You didn't see anything.
wasn't
That's a we'll count that as a battle one because you just used the fire. You just burned.
Yeah.
So that's a gather.
Yeah, no, that was just me lighting it with the
Oh,
lighter.
you got the larger. Okay, cool.
That was just for the fans at home. Fire noises.
Fire noises.
One of the video, sorry, tangent real quick. One of the streaming things that I watch on Instagram has like closed captionings and it just says impressive mouth noises. And it cracks me up every time.
Yep.
True.
Yep.
All right.
I do not have those.
So you guys have it memorized. What are you doing? What's the plan?
I mean, I guess we're gonna go back to the main prison because this is like not even attached to the prison, right?
Nope. You are about an hour and a half away from the prison.
Back in the truck, everybody.
All right. How's Oliver looking?
When you guys get back in, you notice first of all, like he hasn't eaten anything today, and so you notice next to his mouth was like that, like just kind of throw up bile because there's nothing in his stomach, and just the like a line of blood out of his nose.
We have the food from Annika, right?
He didn't eat.
But she
Yes.
gave us food, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna open his mouth.
I think he looks great.
Is there sores inside?
Nope.
Does he have a pulse?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not an expert. He looks horrible.
Try and wake him up.
Yeah.
Get him to eat something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll shake him awake.
Mm-hmm. It takes a bit.
We'll start prepping food, small bites.
Eventually, his eyes. It's the weakest you've ever seen him. Like even like it's not just like groggy. It's a struggle for him to lift his head towards you.
Hey, you need to eat.
Where am I?
We're in the truck. We're on the way back to milk here. You need to eat.
Did she give us any milk?
It was a bad week. No.
Okay.
I do have some dirt rock bread.
No, we didn't have any this time.
Oh, I have some of.
It's regular bread. I taught her well.
Your standard, though.
I gave her tips.
You want it?
I'll help Oliver eat it. Rip it up nice and small chunks.
And he just kind of like looks at you. He can't even lift his head very much. So as you like,
I'll feed him if I have to.
As he starts to chew, which is an absolute chore at this point, and he swallows, he coughs and sputters.
Start the tapping again.
His eyes just go a little bit blank.
As she does it, I'll kind of just hold on to his head.
And he just closes his eyes.
Is his pulse the same?
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Does it seem slower than what would be considered normal?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really low.
Oliver?
His eyes stay closed.
I don't know what to do.
I don't either.
Keeps the fever down?
I can try, but I can only do so much. He's still burning up at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try the thing again. 1 degree at a time.
I won't make you roll for
Over
it.
the course of the
Done this.
hour.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're driving. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I just knew any kind of phrase he might have used, or different rhythm or something.
While I'm... Okay, I think the way...
Who's trying to read Nate to see if there was something there?
Who's in the front seat next to you? Okay, that's perfect.
So, I'll kind of situate
Something planned.
Oliver in a position where, like, he's kind of leaning... Like, I'll get under him, and he's kind of leaning on me, just so I can kind of feel... Sorry, Mike. Feel his heart rate.
Yep.
And just kind of guide the heat out of him slowly.
Mm-hmm.
And while doing that, just try and like feel his rhythm and try and help coax him back to a steady rhythm
The
by letting his energy flow.
Yeah, roll.
Trying to do some water bending healing stuff.
Istoladian physiology is different, and you know, even for him, who would be, have a little bit,
Not human.
a little bit in his blood. It's something that the body does function a bit differently, and so with your general knowledge of that, and honestly, the more training you've had with gathering now, it does feel a bit natural to do this. Your people have helped each other quite a bit with all of this. They had to look out for each other because no one else was going to do it.
As this is happening in the back, I turn to Petra. I'm like, "You're a believer, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how to pray, but I think this might be a good time to start."
Yeah. I have been. But I can teach you how.
Maybe sometime.
Okay. Then that's fine.
I think I get the idea.
It's just like having a conversation, and it can be out loud or in your head. So.
Okay. Well, I can't close my eyes right now. Do I have to close my eyes?
No, you don't have
That's
to.
what I've
close
seen
your eyes.
before.
Yeah. a lot of people do just to keep the distractions out, but you should probably keep your eyes on the road.
Okay. I've never done this before, but
It's okay.
what do you call him?
Father,
Uh,
Almighty,
I'll still,
Ancient of Days, whatever you want. Honestly, as long as it's honoring, I guess.
Ancient of
Friend?
Father Days.
Yes.
Adorable.
Hi. It's me. I'm sure if you're real, you know me. I'm Cricket. My friend can really use your help right now. Yeah. Please? Amen.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
That's exactly it.
Pretty easy.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll pray now so you don't feel as awkward. Almighty, we know you're good. Let your healing power do its work. Whatever's going on deep inside, help him to fight with you and win. Amen.
Amen.
You know, that's the first time I've done that out loud in like a year, Cricket.
That's the first time I've done that, period.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope it works.
Thank you, Yannick.
As you guys make your way to Melkir, I think we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back.
Break time. What time is it?
Take a chance, take a chance, take a chance.
The story of the most amazing free gift that has ever been given to us. The Bible tells us that all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. God designed the world, the systems of nature, the way things ought to be. We consistently fight against his system to be the God of our own universe. We're selfish. We hate our enemies. We hurt one another, and we grieve our Creator. Sin is simply disobeying the order and commands God has laid out. Everyone does it. We're born with the desire to sin. We're deceived by our own nature into believing we know best. Despite the deceiving good feelings of the now, it never works out. It leads to pain, destruction, and death. A holy God hates sin. It's the antithesis of his nature. We're his creation, and he requires perfection. We're not perfect. So in his perfect justice and mercy, we should be put to death. Someone needs to be judged if they are guilty. Even after physical death, an ongoing and never-ending punishment in hell awaits all who sin. But the story doesn't end there. We're told in the Bible that God loved the world so much that he sent his only Son, that is, Jesus Christ, to take upon himself the guilty verdict that none of us can escape. God himself was born in a human body, lived a perfect life with no sin, and a completely innocent man died a criminal's death on a Roman execution device called a cross. After he was beaten mercilessly by his own creation, his hands and feet were nailed to the wood. And as his physical body was suffering, God's hatred of sin and his anger towards it was placed upon his own Son. Every single sin, from the beginning of time until the end, was paid for by Jesus Christ's work on the cross and his willingness to lay down his life as a sacrifice for all. 3 days after his death, God, author of life, raised Jesus from the dead, defeating death and overcoming the darkness that had a hold on humanity. The gospel is as simple as it is vital. God wants to give you life. He wants to forgive the sin that you hold on to so tightly. He made a way for us to let it go and live in the light in this life and the next. The Bible tells us that if we confess with our mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in our hearts that God raised him from the dead, we will be saved. Saved from destruction, saved from death, saved from ourselves. What's stopping you? By turning away from sin and turning towards the face of Jesus, you will find the purpose you have been longing for. You're beginning to believe. That's God's Holy Spirit moving in your heart, pointing you towards the truth. One day soon, God will come to judge the world. Those who believe in Christ will live forever with God and others who put their hope in Jesus Christ. Those who don't will sadly suffer eternal, unrelenting punishment. Holy God cannot live with sin. So those who reject Jesus Christ and want to be their own God will be shut out of his glorious kingdom. You only have this one life to humbly come and accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. What are you waiting for?
Life is a highway.
And we're back.
Happened quickly.
You guys arrive at Melchior, probably early afternoon, after time spent digging the, getting the plans from the train station and finally getting back. It's a little after lunch. You can sense that it feels different as you're pulling in here. And like the guards that are kind of manning the gate, they recognize you inside and they kind of let you in, and they're all just watching as the truck pulls up to the front. You guys see on the steps Mila, the warden. There's 2 guards with her. And as you exit, she points to them, and she points at Cricket. And 2 guards come down. And they take him.
Pardon me?
And they begin to march you up the steps.
Big T.
You're carrying Oliver.
Mm-hmm. In the time that we would have spent, I would have made sure that everybody gathered all their gear, because we had our gear back, and I would have made sure that it's all wrapped in like whatever canvas or something that was left in the truck, so that we don't have our gear on us, but it's safe. Mm-hmm. So we're back in our prison get-ups.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys are kind of watching this happen, Mila points to you, Morbid, and says, "My office."
Okay. Where's he going?
She turns and follows the guards and doesn't say a word to you.
I follow her.
They split off from her and the guards split off. You know the direction to the warden's office. They don't go that direction.
Did it feel like she wanted me to follow her or go to her office?
She said, "You, my office."
Okay. I go to her office.
The door's slightly ajar. You pushed it open. Sitting in her chair. Legs, one leg crossed over the other. Just kind of looking around the room. His eyes follow to you as you open, as Olin is sitting in her chair.
Surprised to see you here.
Come in.
Close the door behind me.
Have a seat.
Sit down.
You're looking well.
Thank you.
Are you holding up all right?
Oh, the last 24 hours has been quite interesting. But I'm fine. As I could be.
Is everyone doing okay?
No. Actually, Oliver's quite sick.
Symptoms?
Fever. Weakness. Nosebleed.
That's new.
Don't know what it is. He needs help.
Did he use any of his abilities?
He did.
Yes.
A rather large elemental shield.
I assume he's going to the infirmary.
I was just sent here. I would hope that Rock would take him there.
Relax. I'm sure it'll be taken care of. I was.
Sorry. Why is it on the toilet?
Shift.
I'm so sorry. Why is that even on that playlist?
That's hilarious.
I'm so sorry. Okay, here we go. This is better.
Have you found everything you were looking for here?
I believe so. We have a plan. We just need to execute it. The coups got in the way.
Yes. Interesting timing, man.
What do you mean? Interesting timing.
It's just curious, that's all. Did Cricket know what he was getting himself into?
What do you mean?
Well, obviously, he had something to do with the train derailment.
Did he?
Give me a...
I am not lying. I was the only one of this group that was not told that Cricket had
That's
anything to do
true.
with it.
That's true.
Whoa.
The only person. I was gone out of that room.
Something happened the day of the derailment. The only people that could have made said thing happen were an escaped Edivarian soldier or our own Cricket Modbiter. He's being questioned.
The boy is trusting. That's for certain.
It's a large setback. A lot of people are very unhappy.
I have no clue what happened at the train station.
Tell me more of Oliver's symptoms. What did the elemental shield look like?
I describe it.
Seems like quite the powerful blast.
It was. He was almost immediately exhausted, though. He barely made it out of there.
Was this the first time he's used his adjured knowledge when you were out on these missions? Other than...
On the way to Melkir, we hit a roadblock. A Vaknian mountain boar was taking down trees, and we fought it. He'd used it then. He was tired, but not nearly as bad as this.
What was the duration between the two?
Oh, 3 days? 3 days? I think.
I think you're right.
Half a season?
That could be a problem.
What do you mean?
The boy's body is unaccustomed to these abilities. He knew he was already exhausted. You doing it again, that's asking for trouble.
He didn't use any of his gathering abilities while he was with you?
Little, just small amounts. When prompted.
What kind of things?
The boy's a one-trick pony, Morgan.
The shield.
Mm-hmm.
You asked him to do it?
I was curious. You've seen it. I wanted to know what it looked like. He's control of one element. And one element only. It's not rare.
Is it not any different from Ionic's abilities as far as what it looks like?
It seems to me that Oliver's a glass cannon. Powerful, but it's detrimental to his health.
And possibly his mind? This is not fever induced by infection. This is some kind of psychosis. Would gathering
Explain.
would gathering hurt his brain?
It shouldn't.
This isn't a normal fever.
My cells are not responding.
The cells?
What?
Doctor.
Is this flirting?
Olfid.
I had a hypothesis. I haven't proved it one way or the other yet.
What are you looking to prove? I understand if it's above my clearance.
What's Project Ambrosia?
I'm just curious.
He stares at you. It becomes, in light of recent talks with Eta Squad, the things you've been finding out, there have been times when Olin has not, like, he's just assesses for a while, and you just thought it was a quirk. Now it feels very uncomfortable, as he doesn't speak for 2-3 minutes, and he doesn't break his gaze.
Neither do I.
We could be so much more.
This is flirting.
Stop! You're making me break character.
Sorry.
The boy has potential, as do most of the Estelanian people. But that potential could be for all of us.
So what did you do?
I'm trusting you with something morbid. We're colleagues. and I will need your help. Do you remember the boy after your excursion into the mountains?
He stayed behind. Because he was sick from the pit.
A long time for a boy to be down and out, especially with Solanian blood. Would you not say?
Yes.
He was recovering. I've been developing something. A compound. Something that enhances.
But you gave Nalia.
Yeah.
Obsessed.
She's doing remarkable. Beyond beyond any expectations, really. Most have died. Oliver's reacting in a strange manner. I'm not sure what to make of it.
How so? Different from your deceased patients?
This onset of fever and fatigue, it's too quick. His body is fighting this.
So you gave him the compound?
Yes.
When?
When you were in the mountains. I can't quite figure it out. Either Dawkins has Istalanian blood that has kept her from succumbing. At least that's the pattern that I've seen with this. But Wembley, as far as I know, would have largely the same as Dawkins. If anything, more Istalanian blood. What? Do you have a thought?
No. What do you think it is? What's keeping him from responding the same way?
I don't know yet. Some people are just weaker. Bodies break down.
They resist.
Yes. In every sense of the word.
If his body is fighting the compound, then you need to do more research, I suppose.
Yes.
If our antibodies can chase it. It's not finished.
No. No, this is unfortunate. But to be expected. It's not out of the ordinary. At least. Not out of the ordinary for the statistics.
So why are you here then? Surely a couple of coups don't mean much to you.
I was curious of some connections that were brought to my attention. Do you believe you were successful on your mission?
Not yet.
What is the relationship between Jeloni and the worms?
None that I know of. Now I'm lying.
Give me a test of bravery.
7.
The shaking had almost began. You stop. Okay.
They were in Proxtronia before this, correct?
Yes, but they are prisoners here in Melchior.
I remember Richard was at the shootout between the Lodricks and...
I remember you telling me this, yes?
Maybe there was further connection than I knew of. But I certainly haven't seen him sneaking around or anything like that.
Sure. Sure. What would you say to promotion again, Robin?
What's the cost?
Help me with my research.
I've always wanted to do that. Only wish you had asked me sooner.
Right, well, you must be tired from all of the excitement of the past day. I will need your help with something, but I would rather you rest first. Best not to dwell on this. We'll talk later.
Okay. Okay. Very well. I get up and I leave.
Right as you walk out the door, he says, "Oh, and Movid, it was good to see you."
Aw.
So creepy.
I nod and leave.
Cricket, you are
Hey, watch it, watch it.
set
Hey.
in a interrogation room with Mila.
This is cozy.
She stares at you. What can you tell me about Joe Noonan?
Joe Noonan. Barely knew the guy. We worked on the railroad that day that the explosion happened. First time I met him. Other than that,
There's nothing else you would like to tell me?
About Joe? Well, out of game, what was he, an Adelian, right? Edivarian. I always mix those two up. I mean, I knew he was in jail for being an Edivarian, soldier, right? He was a pilot, I think. I don't think that's... You should have known that, right? He was handsome, I guess. He had a swagger about him. He seemed to be a hard worker. I don't know. He wanted to get out, but I feel like that's not out of the ordinary for prison.
What was his... Did he tell you he was going to do anything that day?
He may have said something like, I'm gonna blow this whole place up. But you always think that that's a joke until it actually happens. I never would have known he was serious in a million years. It's kind of like hyperbole. It's like, I'm gonna blow this place up. I say that when I go to the bathroom. It's just, I thought it was just a turn of phrase. But then he actually did it. He followed through. So that's something else I can tell you, that he's a man that follows through.
Did he tell you anything else? Did he tell you why he was captured other than he was an Edivarian soldier?
No, I mean, if he did, I don't remember, honestly. Sometimes when people talk, I kind of just space out. So, he's there. Hi, my name's Joe. Hi, my name's Cricket. Yeah, this is another day at work. You want to work here? Sure. Watch out for the explosion. Joe, you're so funny. And then boom, Can't tell you much other than that. I'm sorry.
There was another man that was at the train derailment.
Mm-hmm.
One of the prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
Richard.
Mm-hmm.
What's your relationship with him?
Relationship? Well, I've met him before. You're always surprised by who you meet in prison. I thought he was a prettier guy, but apparently can't trust anybody. I would say we're friendly, It was good to see him.
Was this the first you saw him at the prison?
At the prison? Yeah, I didn't know he was here. Last time I saw him was in... I can't remember.
She totally believes that statement. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
He taught me about probability. Like, what's the probability that Joe's actually going to blow things up? Turns out it was pretty high.
Mr. Worman is currently being questioned as well.
He's a pretty trustworthy guy.
You seem to know, unless you were a very good judge of character.
Oh, no, he was nice to us soldiers. He would, give us food when we were on watch. He'd come out and he'd say hi. He's a friendly guy. I liked him. Yeah, just a friend to the soldiers.
Thank you, Cricket.
You're welcome.
You may go.
Yes.
Do I get a phone call?
That was perfect timing.
Nate had more to say, but the music stopped.
Yeah, I got it there.
You know what?
Scene end.
Do I get a phone call? Because phones exist.
She doesn't respond.
That's my favorite place.
All right. Well, have a good day.
While this is happening, while both Cricket and Morbid are away, the rest of you are sitting, kind of out, like, in the waiting area that would be closer to Cricket. There are soldiers that come, and the one points at you, Yannick.
Do we still have Oliver with us?
Oliver is currently in medical.
Okay. Because if I could have, I probably would have gone with him to medical.
Okay, all right.
Just
Wherever you're at.
just to give the
Yep.
attendance.
Yep. Wherever
the
you're
rundown.
at, a soldier finds you
Great.
and says, "Come with me."
Okay.
You are brought farther into the prison. The rest of you now have not seen any, like you two have not seen these three since you've just been kind of sitting. You, Yannick, are brought to a row of holding cells. Inside one of these holding cells is Richard and Serena Wormuth. The guard opens the cell, shoves you inside, closes the gate, and walks away. And they both look at you. Serena's eyes, she just has been crying. You can tell. Just puffy. And Richard is looking back and forth from his wife to you with, like, what you're reading the expression of sadness, maybe some guilt, maybe just compassion. You're not quite sure. But Serena starts to sputter. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
For what?
She gathers herself, and Richard kind of hugs her and just tries to calm her down. When they brought me to, I found Richard and I was so excited, elated that I saw him. I told him I blurted out that I had seen you, that you had said that he was here. They knew we knew each other.
Okay. What, did they ask you questions?
They wanted to know, and this is Serena's still talking. They wanted to know how we knew you, and we tried to. Richard just kind of calms his wife down.
It's okay.
They know who I am, Yannick. They made the association.
I mean, they put you in here because of it, so...
And now you are here too.
Yep. Now what?
They both come over, and in unison.
How big is the cell?
It's probably like 15 by 10.
Okay.
You know.
Roomy.
But they both come over and in unison hug you.
Looking around, are there any guards nearby? Or
Not
the
here.
one that left me
He left
is
out
gone?
of the. Yep.
I'll hug him back.
You can feel tears from both of them. Richard says, "Now is the time for courage."
Yeah. Pray for Oliver.
They both look up.
He's not doing well.
What happened?
I don't really know. we were in Skalt. He did some gathering. He can't do much, but... And it usually just makes him really tired, but this time it was a lot worse. He's got a fever, nosebleeds. He's not himself. I've never seen a reaction like this before from him. Or anyone.
Of course we will pray for the boy. Of course.
And I don't know what's going on, but I saw them take Cricket away, right?
Yeah.
When we
Yes.
first got
Yeah,
them.
right.
Yeah, Cricket was the first one that got taken.
And they're probably questioning Cricket right now, too. As soon as we got back, the guards took him. And the warden told Morvid to go to her office. So I don't know what's going on, but it's definitely serious and tense. And Nate, I can't remember if we told Richard why we were here.
You told Serena.
I thought so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you tell him what I told you, Serena?
How about you say?
Okay. Richard? And I look around again to see if any guards have come by.
Mm-mm.
So my squad is here in Melkir because of you.
There's definite awareness
We were
as you were talking.
We were sent to take care of it. They didn't know who was spreading the message of the scriptures, but that it was someone and that it was spreading. And we were supposed to find them and take care of it.
That's a tough spot, Yannick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Well, and now here we are in prison together. For real this time. So now what?
Whatever we do, whatever we've done, this life is so short.
True.
And despite what may happen, we fought a good fight.
Morvid had this crazy idea to make it look like you died from your cancer to appease Falstat, that you were taken care of. But it feels like it's too late for that now. We were gonna give you something that was gonna essentially make it look like you were dead, and then return your body with Serena, and then you would essentially just wake up.
As much as I appreciate this,
I think she got the idea from Jomeo and Ruliet.
I hate that. I've said it before, I'll say it again.
Billion
I hate that.
I
I've said it twice.
We all know Morvid did not read Shakespeare.
Share scare.
Sheriff.
Billiam.
what is it? Spear shakes?
William
Share
Share.
Shakes.
William
I thought it was
Shearspakes.
Share.
Shearspakes?
Shearspakes.
Lamb head.
Shear shake.
Well,
Well,
at least we know that we know what's going to happen.
doesn't make it easier.
No, it doesn't. No.
But we'll face it together.
Let me test a bravery. Yannick.
The sigh.
Ooh.
The defeated little sigh.
I don't think I have a plus in bravery. I don't. It's a 0. So that's a 6.
You begin to break down. Your body slumps. And they both gently sit down with you.
I just breathe. Which is one of my skills.
Your specializations?
Yes. Lets me regroup without losing a turn.
This isn't the first time this has happened.
And it won't be the last.
You know, in the scriptures it talks of martyrs that call out to the Almighty. They ask him, when, O Lord? They're seeking their justice for what has been done to them. And he reminds them, rest a little longer. It will come.
Yeah. In his timing, not ours. Vengeance is his, not ours.
Serena leans in to you, puts her hand on your shoulder, and says, whatever happens, don't try to stop it, Yannick.
It's kind of funny. They told us not to make a martyr out of you.
We must have slighted someone.
Yep. Pretty sure I heard tapping. I didn't. My Olin radars.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good line.
My Olin radar is twitching. He's here. So we wait. How long have you been in this cell?
A few hours.
Yeah, as soon as I got Oliver to medical with Rock's help, they found me there. Are there like windows in the cell, or are we like in a dark part of the prison?
It is completely, yeah, it's pretty dark in here. There's really no windows.
I start playing with the lighter that they didn't take from me. Fidgety.
You can hear just a small little hum from Serena.
Wow.
She's humming. She's humming a hymn. Richard joins in. And they get to the last stanza. And the voice is breaking.
I'll hum along.
And they both sing. And when this heart shall beat its last, No more this air to breathe. Thy call will heal this weary soul. Forever home with thee.
That was always Katya's favorite.
Back out. You guys are just waiting. Hours go by.
I would have gone to medical
Mm-hmm.
to be with Oliver. If I were allowed.
You are.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Can I
You've been
follow
promoted.
her?
Hmm?
Can I follow her?
You don't know where she's at
Oh, dang it.
because she doesn't know where
That's
you guys
true.
are at.
That's true.
He's currently just still passed out in a hospital bed. Just that really, really like he just doesn't look good. His like pallid look, labored breaths. He's hooked up to like 6 IVs at this point.
Wait, 6 IVs.
So many.
That's
Like 3 in each arm.
that's 5 more IVs than you need.
Got one in each leg.
Yeah.
2 in each arm.
I'm not a doctor.
All different color liquids.
One's blood, one's
You see a nurse
Sodium
like
chloride.
shaking like with another IV. Like, keep going.
just keep trying.
He's got a concoction. He's got a concoction of
More
meds
fluids.
in there
More fluids.
right now, and they're just monitoring his very low heart rate at this point.
Cool. Stop. Be serious. I'll kind of just put my thumb on his temple and like run it into his curly red hair.
Just let the mommy be.
Let her be sad in peace.
No, we-
Marvin's not laughing, in case you were wondering. And then just turn around. Are these like stone walls?
Concrete block.
Concrete.
Mm-hmm.
Just punch the concrete block as hard as you can.
I forgot my dice are in my bag. Can I borrow those?
Yeah.
Literally what we were just talking about.
Lady, what?
There we go.
Yeah, Emily.
Yeah, Emily.
Producer for the win.
Yeah.
Hey! I did something today.
So did me.
You did so much.
Okay. 11 IP loss.
Just kidding.
That's a broken pinky.
That's Prince.
IP is what we use instead of health.
Self-harm
It
is
stands
not
for
okay.
inevitability points.
That's right.
Because that's inevitable.
And I go to shake it out, and then I'm like, ooh, that's worse.
Shake it up.
So I'll grab, you know what? If it needs setting, I'll set it myself. And I'll grab a little,
Okay, give me a test of logic.
yeah.
Three IP loss. But it's set.
Set, and then I'll just, what's it called, a stint? Stint?
Siri
Split?
wanted
Split?
to be a part of it.
Here's the doctor.
I play a doctor on TV.
6 IVs. It's not him.
Hopefully we're doing better than Grey's Anatomy.
I splint it with the finger next to it and clean off the rest of the bloody knuckles.
Punch again.
Other hand.
You know, if you take him from me too. Look at me trying to bargain with God. You don't owe me anything. But if I could get one thing, it would be him. To be alive. And I'll just sit down next to his bed. And put my head in my hands. Just stay there as long as I can. Probably even fall asleep in the chair. Come in.
Victor then walks into the room.
That's a lot of IVs.
Too many. Interesting.
Said 6
Probably
CCs, not 6 IVs.
Yes, yeah. The poor conscripted nurse is just fired. Like, no punishment. You just have
Fired?
to
No,
leave the
she's
army.
killed on site. They put
Shut
6
on
IVs
site.
in her.
They thought death would be too good of a punishment.
Right after
We're
Shay's
surely
beautiful scene, I ruined it. I'm sorry.
It's alright. I need your help.
With what?
Follow me.
Okay.
You two traverse deeper into the prison. You head into the section of holding cells.
You know, I think I'm just gonna turn around.
Morgan knows what's up. She's like, nope, not today.
As you walk down this dark hold, you see Richard, Serena, and Yannick in a cell together. Bolin says, Richard, Serena Wormond, Yannick Geloni. For your crimes against Falstaff, tomorrow, you will be executed. Dr. Bowen here will perform the execution. Make sure you spend this time to call out to whatever you wish.
What are Yannick's crimes?
Oh, you've all done well with your mission. We've identified the problems. I trust this won't be an issue. Doctor? Any last requests?
No.
Dismissed. Dismissed.
I leave.
He waits. Just waits till Morbid walks out of the space.
I just meet his gaze. Everything's a test.
Sleep well, Yannick.
You too, Victor.
Hands behind his back. Walks out of the hall. Eventually, you are all brought together. Victor follows you. And you all see Olin for the first time today. Eta Squad, well done on your mission. Tomorrow, those responsible will be put to death. I would like you all there. This is not a public execution, but I want you to see a reward, a good reward for a job well done.
Who's going to tell Yannick?
Dismissed.
Just I'll tell
Where's
him.
Yannick?
As soon as we're alone. He's with Richard and Serena. He wants me to do it.
Well, we're not
Everything's a
going
test,
to, right?
What's the alternative, Cricket?
Well, we fight back.
Listen, I'm not saying anything except he knew exactly what he was doing. And the entire reason we're here is proof that it's very dangerous to be so proud.
It's not right.
It's against the law.
Well, the law's stupid.
I know.
You joined the army to enforce the law.
I mean, I joined the army to make something of myself, but
And when you did it, you agreed to enforce the law.
well, oral contract, there's nothing in writing.
No. There's definitely something in writing. You might not have known what you were signing or that you were signing it, but you definitely signed it.
No, not me. I'm too young. I had to skip all that. Everything that I've written down has been fake. I lied. Not binding.
This isn't really sticking.
So we're gonna break them out, right? I think that's the plan.
I just think that this is it's too far. He went too far.
What did he do?
I don't know. Something to get caught. I didn't report him.
smiling.
No,
I'm not smiling.
I'm not looking at him. See, he did something to get caught. They wouldn't have just plucked him out of nowhere. If they would have killed him in the pit if they cared that much. He did something more. How am I supposed to defend what I don't even know he did. And if I do go to Olin and defend him, then it just looks worse on me. And then maybe I'm getting executed. Is that what you want?
No, I don't want anyone to get executed. That's why I'm saying we should break them out.
And then what? Be on the run.
Yeah, sure. At some point, you guys.
Is that how you make something of yourself?
Well, making something of myself died a long time ago here.
So why are you here?
Well, it's because it's where my friends are.
That is a terrible reason to be here.
Well, I mean, at some point, I do need to make a choice to stop following the bad people, because obviously, we're kind of the bad people right now.
No.
If we're executing people for their beliefs...
No.
What about...
No!
Yes.
No.
Use your brain for once, Rock. We're killing people because of their beliefs? That's not right.
This is one man.
It's 3 people.
It's one man that is controlling all of this.
You just like having
And
power
there's
for
more
once in your life.
above him. The whole system isn't flawed.
You're trading...
It's just him!
You're trading your morality for power,
No.
Rock. You're being
No.
an idiot. You were always an idiot, and you're still being an idiot now.
We break them out. We run away. Olin's still in charge. What does that do? We stay. We figure out a way to restore Falstadt to whatever it was before Olin got his hands on it. How many more people die if
That's
Olin is
my
in charge?
question. How many people are you willing to kill
How many
to get
people
to
will
what
we
you want?
save?
He's got a point. I need to go back with Olin to find out what he's doing and to stop it.
He's going to do something soon to take out whatever is left of the people in the Falstadt government that don't want to be warmongering. And if we just leave now with Yannick and Richard, that will happen.
We have more information than most people. We can make the difference.
I want to make the difference now.
We can...
If this is your path of getting to the top, or whatever it is to get to Olin, I'm out. I'm done.
We don't know. There's more. He showed me the brand. That means it's more than just him. We need to find out who it is. They need to be rooted out of the system. If we just run now, they will take over. If we stay, we can make a real difference. We're talking about thousands, not 3.
I'm of the mindset of leaving the 99 behind for the 1. It's not worth it to me to lose.
Even if that means that the 99 are killed just so you can save 1.
I do what I can in what I've been provided. I'm not playing God here. I'm not deciding people's fates. I'm just trying to do what I can to do what's right. And what you two are doing is wrong. I don't care what the ends are.
The ends are
You're playing with
thousands
people's
of people.
lives. This is not right. I'm out of here. I walk away.
The mind of a child.
He's just figuring things out.
What are you figuring out? You can't do this.
What choice do I have?
It's too soon to do anything. We don't know who's in on his thing. If he told me about it, a lot of people have to know.
Possible that if Leopold is still alive, he might know something. He might know who's in league with him.
If his brain is intact,
He said he didn't know who was on what side back when he left Proxtronia. It was Oliver, but he might know something now. I don't want to do this.
Yannick made his choice. You have to do what's best for everything else.
For the greater good.
But whatever you decide, I'm there.
Thank you.
The morning of April 25th, 617 AC. Eta Squad is marched in to the holding cells. There's guards that surround this whole area. Olin stands outside the cell. Morbid next to him. He addresses Yannick and the Wormans. Dr. Bowen will be administering a serum that will end your life quickly, painlessly. Are there any last words?
He's talking to me first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just look right at Morvid. I don't even look at him at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. I'm ready. It's not your fault.
Olin gestures to Serena, who just looks at you as well. She just winks. Richard looks up. Oh, that my words were written. Oh, that they were inscribed in a book. Oh, that with an iron pen and lead they were engraved in the rock forever. But I know that my Redeemer lives, and at the last he will stand upon the earth. And after my skin has been thus destroyed, yet in my flesh I shall see God, whom I shall see for myself, and my eyes shall behold, and not another. Olin narrows his eyes and leans into Richard. Can a man be profitable to God? Surely he is wise. He who is wise is profitable to himself. Is it any pleasure to the Almighty if you are in the right? Or is it gain to him if you make your ways blameless? Is it for your fear of him that he reproves you and enters into judgment with you? Is not your evil abundant? There is no end to your iniquities. He motions to you and points at Richard.
I pick up my supplies when I move in.
He's staring at Yannick.
I'm just looking at Morbid.
Just as you get right to Richard. He says, stop. Looks back to Richard and Serena. If this life is hell, you should live it.
He just shot me? Okay.
In the face.
Mm-hmm.
Brains everywhere.
Oh, it's time for that. Okay. Where's the music?
It'll come in.
Okay.
I need to tell them.
It's okay. Start reading. It's fine. Whenever you can.
I'm not ready for this. Excuse me. I'm sorry, Emily.
Fine.
Oh. I kind of wrote these before I knew what exactly was going to happen, so let me just double check that it still makes any sense. I'll edit as I go. Mother. So many thoughts swirl through my mind as I sit in this cold, dark cell for what could be the final time, most likely. Months ago, I thought there could be no purpose in joining the Falstadt army. I thought my life was over, destined to die as a pawn in someone else's war. But not anymore. I feel resolved now. I feel free for the first time since I was forced from that classroom. I know that I was brought to Dekravos for a purpose. To be the hands and feet of Yanua. I don't know what tomorrow will be like. I just know that it's the end. But I trust the Almighty's perfect plan, and that though it seems like the end, it's really a beginning. So thank you for always pointing me back to the scriptures and forcing us to memorize them. They've been my hope and my strength through these uncertain times. I pray that they will continue to guide you as well, Mother. I love you with all my heart. Until we meet again. You're Yannick. My dearest Katya. Oh, I love you, my sister, with all my heart. Ever since you were born, you were my best friend. My constant companion. It broke my heart to be parted from you when I was conscripted, but the Almighty had plans for me, just as He does for you. Walk with Him, Katya. I'm with Him. Run with Him, sorry. He loves you far more and far better than anyone else can. Forgive me for saying this in a letter and not in person, but I'm afraid that day may not soon come. Don't worry about me. I'm right where I belong, right where the Almighty wants me. Don't be afraid. You're strong and compassionate. These are gifts from the Almighty. Use them for Him. I'll miss your singing most of all. Sing for Him, Katya. In sadness and in joy. It will not be long until He calls me home to His divine seat, but I'm not afraid. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for He is with me. I love you, my sweet sister. And I'll see you again when all things are made new. Until then, your Yannick. Father, I'm being sentenced to death in the morning for crimes against Falstadt, spreading the Almighty's message, His gospel. At first I was scared, but now with my friends Richard and Serena by my side, I feel the Almighty's peace. But I'm worried for my friends. Pray for them. They need Yanua's help, his guidance. This will test them more than they know. Morvid, you remember her. She's been ordered to carry it out. I forgive her. And I hope you and Mother can do the same. And to think, tomorrow's my birthday.
Scream erupts from Serena as the body of Yannick Jeloni falls to the ground. The Warmans sit in shock. Olin looks to the rest of you. Well done. Dismissed. Dismissed.
This isn't right.
Cricket. It's over.
You scared of the Almighty? Is that what it is? Because what I just saw was weakness.
Dismissed. Skill from Oxford.
Envy. Let's go.
It's over, Cricket. I take a long look at Yannick and I turn to Owen. He was very useful.
Dangerous.
But useful.
No. Everything's a test.
Yes, sir.
You guys note that in Yannick's pocket are some papers, and while Olin's back is turned, Richard takes them, pockets them. You guys are being dismissed, he turns back and says, Richard and Serena Wormond, you're free to go. And he walks out.
Dismissed himself.
Oliver here?
Nope.
We should go.
I give Richard a hug. And I'm crying into his chest.
They both hold you.
I'll put my face in your chest.
Ooh.
I don't understand why. Sounds like that.
I walk over to Cricket. And I just take off my scarf and kind of cover the mess. I just kind of pat him on the shoulder, my hand trembling. And I get up and fly out of the room.
Cricket, you don't want to see him like this. None of us wanted this. Is Owen still here? You get that?
You need to understand. He was my family. I kneel down next to his body. And I walk out.
Alan likes games so much. I'll show her games.
This feels impossible.
Then we lose.
I begged him to leave.
I know.
I should have forced him to leave.
No.
It was so many times. He should have just left.
If it's not that it would be any comfort to you. But he's in a much better place now.
Yeah. For some reason, I think breathing is a much better place.
Then let's make it right. Back to Deckerfos.
We have to bury him first.
There's a little touch on your arm, Rock, as you both realize that Richard and Serena are still in the room. sorry. You lost your friend as well.
Mm-hmm.
The two who are in shock don't say much more. And kind of just dazedly walk out of the room.
I mumble under my breath. Try not to get anybody else killed. And then I go pick up his body. I look at Morbid. Can you find me a shovel? I walk out.
Before you leave, I pull his lighter out of his pocket and stow it in mine.
I sent you a text. I had $16,000 in my pants.
There's always money in the
Correct.
There's always money in my pants.
No, he has no money.
I hope it was you.
Yeah,
Yes, it was.
Gosh,
Ah!
who just sent it to?
as you walk out,
Different Nate.
as you walk out from this space, the guards stop you, pointing at Yannick's body.
What?
Dr. Roland would like to keep that. That's an order.
You heard him, Rashik.
I hand him over. Walk away.
By the end of the day, you are all brought back to deck repose. When you arrive, Rock, you are summoned to Owen's office.
I oblige.
As you enter, Olin is not alone. Nalia Dawkins stands next to him.
Little cool hats.
No.
That's
Oh,
his
yeah.
girlfriend. In case you didn't know.
Viewers at home.
You're here.
Kind of like
Pilots.
unofficial love of interest.
She's in her pilot's uniform.
You look amazing. You look well. You look good.
Ooh.
You look not bad.
I feel wonderful, Rock.
Thank you, Olin.
Of course. Rock. We found purpose. I want you to join us for the true Falstaff.
Yeah. Like that's why I was doing the things I'm doing.
Olin chimes in, and you've done them well.
I think with a little bit more time, I could get some more of Nalia on the same page.
Nalia says, I could probably help with that, dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Olin holds out his hand.
I thought I was getting brain dead.
And that is where you're going to end tonight's episode. Thank you all for joining us tonight. So, our dear Seth Antes is transitioning out of his role. This is his last time at the table with us as part of the main cast, but he will still be part of Welcome to the Table, and will be helping me a lot with keeping all of this lore straight. So, we've enjoyed him at the table. I'm glad you are not just going, but life is busy. He needs a break. So,
just like in the story, saying goodbye.
I'm counting that as a
but we hope that you've enjoyed the story and character of Yannick Shaloni, done well by Seth. Thank you, Seth.
Golf clubs.
Thank you, guys.
That's it. We will be back in 2 weeks for the next episode of Inevitability. Everyone ready to say it together?
No.
No.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the table.
See you next time.
Oh.
How can it be that as I roam, thy mercy follows me? Ne'er do I walk without thy grace, thy light abundant be. For great a sinner as am I, cannot thy will obey. But thou didst strike thy only Son, and made for me a way. In times of strife, when sorrows meet, and evil wins the day, I gaze upon thy heavenly seat, and darkness rolls away. Where can I go but to thy hand? It shields me in the fight. For all the days I walk this land, thou art my song at night. And when this heart shall beat its last, no more this air to breathe, thy call